everyone. Happy Easter, by the way. Today I'm going to share with you one of the staples that Charlie and I depend upon, and it is a bran muffin that I have actually come up with over the years creating this recipe. And first I'm going to show you the mise en place, all of the ingredients that go into this recipe. We start off with 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour with 1.5 cups of wheat bran, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of iodized sea salt. Then we have 2 bananas that have been crushed up, a heaping cup of applesauce, 1 apple that has been grated, 1/4 cup of molasses, and for our binder I use 3 tablespoons of flax meal mixed with 1 cup of almond milk. Okay, and then also we do 3/4 cup of chopped walnuts. I just chop mine with this handy little chopper, and a little over a 1/2 cup of raisins. Okay, so let's start mixing this up. I'm going to start by adding the baking soda and baking powder to the whole wheat flour and the bran. Mix that up. Set it aside. Okay, here we got the bananas. I'm going to add the shredded apple. Blend that up. We're going to add the applesauce. And at this point I add the molasses to the bananas and the apple mixture. And I really mix that all up. I love the smell of the molasses. Okay, now I'm going to add the almond milk to the ground up flax meal, and then I use the whisk to really whip that up. And you notice if you do this a little bit ahead of time, it actually gets to a really egg-like consistency. But for the benefit of this video, I didn't do it ahead of time. Okay, so now we're going to blend our ingredients together. So I'm adding the apple molasses mixture. And right on top of that I'm going to dump in the milk and the flax meal. This is the tricky part. It takes a lot of mixing. You may think that you've got it all mixed up, and there's always a little hiding at the bottom. See how that has a nice, it's a really wet batter. Now these muffins are a little heavier than your average muffin that you might be used to. But we certainly do enjoy them. I say it really takes some mixing to get that all about the time I think I got it. Okay, now at this point I'm going to go ahead and add the chopped walnuts and the raisins. Charlie and I were in Sherm's the other day and I was noticing the currants. And I hadn't really tried currants, but they have a little less sugar in them than what raisins do. And so I think the next time I'm going to buy some currants and give them a try. Oops, there's a bunch of flour I didn't get mixed in. I knew it. Always happens. Okay, now let me show you the pan I'm going to be I really wanted to share with you this trick that I use. I like baking in a stoneware pan, whatever works for you. And we all know we don't want the muffins to stick, and we all know that we don't really want to be using a lot of oil. So what I do is I pour probably maybe a teaspoon of oil. I take a paper towel and I get that and I start dispersing it among all the cups. You know, you can spray the cups with a spray, but I find that you really get a little bit too much. Okay. Sure those are good and mixed up. Okay, then we're going to start filling the up and getting them ready to bake. And I just, you know, it's almost full. Like I said, these are a little heavier muffin. They're not quite as light and fluffy as some of those muffins that we're all used to eating. So, okay, so we have the muffin pan all filled up, and as you can see, these wells are really quite full. And as I said, remember, it's not a really fluffy, it's a more heavy muffin. As far as temperature, I've preheated on convect at 350. If you're using a regular oven, not convect, you would be using 375. And generally it's 32 to 33 minutes is how long I bake these. So we're gonna pop them in the oven. And there we go. Okay, the timer's gone off. Okay, so I'm going to check to make sure these muffins are done, and I use the toothpick method, where you place the toothpick down into the muffin, and as it comes back, if there's no batter or wetness to it, then you know that it's cooked all the way through. And so I bring mine out and I place it on a cooling rack. And I usually cool them for 5 to 10 minutes in the pan on the cooling rack, and then I remove them from the pan and let them finish cooling. And I did make one omission as I was mixing up the ingredients, and that's cinnamon. Who can have a muffin without cinnamon? And of course, you know, I'm on the video, so I had to forget something. A tablespoon of cinnamon, or more if you like cinnamon. Thanks.